on the Kong Family Show. And we've got Jewel Jones coming in hot today. We are the Kong family. We're here to change the world. And Jewel right here, she is an incredible story, and she's going to change the world for us right here. Okay, so Jewel, where are you? You're in California right now.
Yes, I am. I'm in California, but I'm from Minnesota.
What's that again?
I'm in California, but I'm from Minnesota.
Oh, you're from Minnesota.
Yes.
Which part of Minnesota?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Are you a Vikings fan?
Mm, Actually, I'm a Raiders fan. It's
A
weird.
Raiders fan.
It's weird. It's weird. My dad, I grew up loving the
Oh,
Raiders.
well, now what are you thinking about that? Well, they're in Las Vegas now.
Um, I don't get a chance to watch football too much, but I still support them.
All right. Well, so you're in California, and um, you have an incredible story to tell. And I am looking so forward to hearing that story, learning that story, and helping to share that story. So I've got a question to ask. Actually, it's three questions.
Okay.
How, when, and why did you decide to get involved with the Kong family? And actually, here's a fourth question. Were you a skeptic like I was?
Well, how I met a friend named Emmett. I had fasted for 21 days at this point, and I was drinking what I thought, in my opinion, was alkaline water, which was water with key limes and ginger in it. And it is alkalized to a point, but it doesn't have the benefits that the Kong water has. So I got invited to a meeting with who is my distributor, Brenda Brazil, from Minneapolis. And I sat in a meeting and I learned everything. She taught me that, about the mineralization and how it absorbs better in our bodies. And basically, when I drank the water, my kidney automatically felt 10 times better. At
So
this point,
what was your situation with your kidneys?
well, I only have one kidney, and I used to catheterize myself to even use the bathroom. I actually stopped that this year in February, and I've done that my entire life. And they told me I was going to do that for the rest of my life. So I went for 20, 30 years not knowing how to pee on my own.
Wow, can you, man, I'd love it if you could kind of extrapolate a little bit further on that. Just for so you were born with one kidney?
No, I had two, but one of them were failing. So it was affecting the function of my left one as well. So they had to take it out, or else I was going to lose both of them.
And what age did that take place at?
At 2 years old.
3 years old?
Yep.
Three.
Yeah.
3 years old. You lost one of your kidneys.
Yes.
Wow. And obviously at 3 years old, you probably didn't understand anything about that.
None.
And so as you got older and you were progressing along in your life, what was going on? What kind of things were happening during that time? I mean, we're going back pre-Kong here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was born with something called Bacterial syndrome. So that means I was born really early and all my organs were underdeveloped. So I was probably the size of a hand when I came out. And I had a hole in my heart as well.
Wow. You're right there with Ralph.
Yeah,
You
yes.
are. Did you see the post I did about Ralph?
I did see it. He's amazing. He's amazing.
He was dead for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I've died probably 3 times on the operating table. So,
Wow. I love it. I can't wait to continue to dig into this story of yours, honey. This is incredible. So you were dead at a very young age,
yes,
3 times.
3 times. I was born dead, and my father, he resuscitated me while they saved my mother, and then I guess they restarted my heart, and they figured out that the hole in my heart was a valve that was like messed up or missing, I believe. So they repaired it.
Wow. You know, what I chalked that up to is that it wasn't your time yet.
Mhm.
You still had a job to do.
Yes.
And we're excited that you've come to help and let us help you do that job. And so continue on. Let's
I
hear
was
this.
also born with spina bifida. So at 10 years old, I had a surgery that was gonna put me in a wheelchair. Um, I played basketball and I had this surgery the day I had my championship game. So it was really hard for me. And they told me when I woke up that I was gonna be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. My dad and grandma had built a ramp outside of our house for me to have the wheelchair. As I woke up the first day, I knew that I was gonna walk again somehow. And I pressed the pain button on my IV and I swung my legs. I couldn't even feel my legs at this point. I swung my legs off the side of the bed and I couldn't feel anything, but something pushed me off the bed and I stood for about 2 seconds and then I hit the ground. And I didn't think about it, but I was laying on the ground till the nurse came in the room and seen me on the floor, like, "What are you doing?" Said, "I'm gonna walk." She said, "What?" And 4 days of that, she caught me standing up and they got me into physical therapy. And I've been playing basketball every day since.
Holy moly. I love it. So what did you incorporate? What give us the story from, like, I'm going to be paralyzed
Mhm.
for the rest of my life to I'm playing basketball for the rest of my life.
Well, my father, it was love. It was the support. My father and grandmother, they gave me the love that I needed to heal and the support because no matter what, when you're healing, you need somebody to support you. And the nourishment, I don't eat like I used to because I've had many surgeries since then. But my grandma used to have home cooked meals with a lot of veggies, which I believe, helped me heal a lot.
And we all know that, well, at least we in the Kong family know that, like what we eat and our environment and our mindset and our exercise is a big part of the equation.
Yes.
What was the other part of the equation?
My mental drive. My body have been through a lot of things, but mentally I've always been strong. So that's what set me aside from just giving up in my heart. I had a hole in my heart, but it beats different, but it's there and it's strong. So that's what kept me going.
And so how did you get involved? Where did Kong and water come into the equation? How did that all happen?
That happened 3 years ago. I had colon cancer. They told me that there was nothing they could do. Go home, and there was nothing that they could do for me. Previously, I've had 4 surgeries on my colon. I've had intestines removed. I've had I used to have a colostomy bag. When I was 4, they repaired it. So, growing up, I had a lot of trouble controlling my bowels. So it was already an issue for me by the time I got older. And the diet I was on, I was eating a lot of heavy meat, a lot of bread, a lot of vegetables, a lot of fast food because of the job I was working. So that was really heavy on my system. And at this time, I had fasted for 21 days on just water and herbs. So I ate nothing when I found the water, and I was so dehydrated from that, the water replenished my kidney. So that's the missing piece in the healing journey that I was missing.
So when did you end up getting involved with? How long has it been that you've been drinking Kangen water?
I've drunk it fresh only for about 3 months. So I just got a machine, but I've been drinking it for about 3 years.
And you were before that you were getting it from somebody who was giving you the water.
Yes, yes.
Who was that was giving you the water?
Brenda Brazil. She actually
Oh,
loaned me a machine now, so
oh, I love that lady.
she's amazing. She's beautiful.
I love it. I love it. And so Brenda was giving you water, and then now you're using a loaner machine.
I am. Yes, I am.
Okay, and awesome. And so what's happening now that you have your loaner machine and you've been doing it for 3 months and and things are starting to turn around along with your diet. And hey, as far as your diet is concerned,
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing with your diet along with Kangen water, please be as descriptive as possible as you feel like being on here to give people an idea of what they can do.
Okay. Well, I know Mr. Oshiro, he won't treat people unless they eat fruits and vegetables raw. So I know that I've been vegan for 3 years. What I call is alkaline vegan, though. It's a little bit more rough because we don't eat bread. We make our own bread out of ancient flours like chickpea flour. I also use spelt flour, um, kamut flour. So you can still indulge in bread, but the healing journey I'm on, it only consists of fruits and raw vegetables.
So, real quick, right now, while hey, Brenda's on the live side. Brenda, hootie great job. If you want to jump in, jump on in. It's zoom.us/J801 573-6971. Anyway, yes, she says you're a miracle, and I believe her.
Thank you.
So, how do you have like a recipe or something like that that you'd be willing to share with other people that they might be able to get after the show, that kind of thing, of the chickpea flour and these other different flours that you're eating that's helping you be more, you know, more vegan and not going to these, you know, I think it's important, especially for people who want to eat meat. Like me, I like eating meat, but I want this other stuff that helps my body deal with that defective.
Well, I actually run a business now. I get people off of opiates and I fix them from that. And I teach people how to be alkaline vegan. So that's my business along with the water.
Well, at the end here, before we jump out of here today, I want you to give all that information to everybody so they can jump on board with you if they want to.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And so, if you could, my next question is always how has Kangen water actually helped you? What has it done for you once you started drinking it, and you got involved with it, and you're actually working on a loaner machine right now?
Yep.
And so that's obviously at some point going to be getting taken away. What are you trying to do to make it so that you can get your own machine and as soon as possible?
Well, I spread the message as much as I can. I want my own machine, so I'm trying to get my own team together, I guess, and earn my own machine. I really want to earn one because that's a big goal for me. That's very important. And I do like the spa system too. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That's
So Brenda has told you about the Takurai.
She actually put me in there, so that's what I'm working on now.
Sweet. Yes. So for everybody out there that really wants to have one of these machines but they can't afford it, that's the beauty of this company, is that Mr. Oshiro has put together the ability for us to get our own machine, and we can literally do what Jewel just said. We can earn our own machine for, what is it, $25
Yep.
out of pocket?
Yep.
$25 out of pocket, kids. That's it. You get $25 out of pocket, and you do what? You learn about the machine, right? How have you been? This is so awesome. I love it, because I've been trying to tell people, because there's a lot of people out there who need this. They need this. They need it so bad, and they don't have the job. They don't have the money. They don't have the credit. Whatever, but they want it. This would be, I really want to follow you and how you go about this, honey, because you're gonna be such an incredible example for people and how they can go about getting their own Kangen water machine by literally earning it. How are you doing it?
Well, I've just started because when I started drinking it fresh, I had a lot of brain fog. So the water fresh is so much better. It literally clears my brain fog from the toxins. There's a lot of toxins still in my body. I know that. I breathe in a lot of it. So, I wash my hair with it. But the big thing for me was I was in a coma and I almost died about 4 years ago. And I lost a lot of brain function. I had to relearn how to breathe, relearn how to walk. I couldn't even brush my own teeth.
So run us through that process. How did that happen? What did you do?
Well, when I woke up, I felt nothing. I thought I was going to be paralyzed. I spent 2 months in the hospital. When I got out the hospital, I was crawling back and forth to the bathroom because I'm hard-headed, and I refused to go to a rehabilitation place. So what I did was I did it myself because I've been through so much. I already knew what I was doing. So after that, I chose to become vegan because I got really sick again. And I was going to the hospital every week before I drank this water. Every week. Every week they seen me because I was dehydrated. They didn't want to tell me that it was dehydration. They just kept giving me antibiotics, which was making me even more sicker. And once I've started drinking this water, JJ, I have not been back to the hospital. Not one time. Not for kidney issues. I went one time for my tooth, but that was an emergency. But not for the issues they used to see me for. They used to see me coming in the hospital every week. She needs an IV. She needs an IV. I drink this water. I have not been back to the hospital. I don't have to sit there and be, get hydrated from something. All I do is drink the water.
I love it. And so what are you doing now? I know that you're sharing your story
Hmm.
and all that kind of stuff, but what is like your, because I think this would be so powerful if you can share with people like the details of what you're trying to do to make it work, because we know that Conn's Water, the Enagic company, they offer in-house financing and all that, but you're going the Tokarai route, which is that for everybody who doesn't understand, you can put $25 in, sell a machine, and now you start to get commissions as you talk to people about this water. And in your case, you're getting to drink it while you're also working towards selling machines to earn your own machine. What are you doing? How can other people do what you're doing? And what would you suggest to people that, because there's a lot of people out there who they're going, oh, I'd so love to have it, but I just can't afford it.
Sacrifice for your health. I used to be big in fashion and I cut all that. So you have to sacrifice things for your health, I believe. And that's what I've done. So I'm at a point now where I focused on spreading my message, getting this to people for their health so that I can get a machine myself and keep on spreading health, because that's what I do. I spread health.
Amen. And so as far as your health is concerned,
Hmm.
you are drinking the water and you're sharing the message. I've seen what you're doing out there and I love it. Um, how's it going?
It's a little rough. A lot of people, it's hard to reach people. They're really closed minded to a lot of things, but that won't stop me. I'm going to keep going. And my goal is to bring it here in California, but really back home is where it's needed more. A lot of people don't know about this in Minnesota, and a lot of people would benefit this greatly because just by seeing where they can see where I was. Everybody knows me from Minnesota because I played basketball. My father used to play with Prince, the musician. So my family is well known in Minnesota. And I want to be able to spread this message to everybody because this will save lives. If my father was drinking this water, he would still be with me just as well as my grandmother. So I know what you mean, JJ, when you said about your family.
Yeah. Amen. Yeah, we definitely know that this water is, that's ultimately it's the main ingredient that we need to be able to heal ourselves. Um, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to hear a little bit more, and I'm sure people that are going to be hearing this as time goes by would love to hear a little bit more about how your journey has gone from the beginning. Like, my thought process is, how did you find out about this water? And did you think, oh, what a bunch of nonsense? Or, me, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was stupid. I thought, water's water. This is crazy. Can't believe my brother Tim is posting about this stuff every day. I was an extreme skeptic.
Hmm.
What about you?
At the beginning, I was already alkaline in my mind. So Brenda did have to give me the facts about it. I was drinking alkaline water in my opinion, but she proved to me with the ORP rating And what really got me was I eat a lot of vegetables. So when she dropped it in the water and it cleansed it, that won me alone. Because water is a big part, but we do have to feed ourselves. And they are killing us through the pesticides and everything else in the food. So this gives me the access to be able to eat clean food and drink the water, which is we are 70% water. And the big thing for me when I first started drinking it, I'd always drink a lot of water, but I would get bloated. My kidney, I would I would pee, like I would have to pee so bad, my kidney would hurt. I would be crying. With this water, I can drink it, and just use the bathroom normally. Nothing hurts. I don't get bloated. So it's like it's a miracle. This water is a miracle for me. It's giving me my life back. It's giving me my passion for basketball back. And I've actually went off the water twice. So I stopped drinking it when I moved to Texas. I had no access to it. And I found a different machine that processed 10.0, but it still wasn't giving me the effects of this water.
And so I'd, I'd love it if you could extrapolate out a little bit more on that, because, you know, of course, there's all these other companies out there that are they're just as good as Kong, and they're half the price and all that stuff, right? So, what do you have to say about that with your experience?
They're not, they don't come close. The competition is zero to this water. And I'm living proof of it because I've drank the other waters, even a higher pH balance. It does nothing. It does nothing to you. How this water, how the Kong water absorbs in your body, nothing can beat it.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Wow. So, I've I love your story. I love what you are going through, and actually, I'd love to, you know, have you on some more and share your story as it goes. You know, as you continue to work through all this. Um, but if you had one thing that you could say to somebody about Kong and water, you know, you're in the checkout stand at the grocery store, and you got you got Kong out on or something like that, and somebody like, what's that?
Mhm.
What would you say to them? You only have one small thing, real quick, that you get to say to somebody. What would it be?
It's a lifesaver. It gave me a second chance, and it it gives you the opportunity to. It's more than water. I would just tell them it's more than water. It is water, but it's more than water. It's life changing.
Yeah, it's life. It's electricity.
Yes, and that's what we need to function.
Yes, it is indeed electricity.
Yeah.
Um, so, is there anything else that you would like to share with people that we haven't already touched on during our little discussion here over the last half hour? Anything that you want people to know? Anything that you're doing that would help others?
I do. One really important thing is to focus on your health instead of materialistic things because my generation alone, they're so materialistic. But at the end of the day, we're all having kids and we want to be there in the long run. I lost my dad at 19 and my grandma at 22. And I was very sick going through all this alone. So I want to let everybody know that I stand for health and anybody with a disability, anybody that needs help with their health issue, I'm willing to give it to you for free because I know what it's like not to have anybody there and still have to go through something. And that's what my company, Alkaline Academy, is. It's to teach health. It's to teach people that you can beat stuff without modern medicine. We can go back to what our ancestors done and clear our system and be healthy.
You just nailed it on the head. I mean, everything that we're doing in our society today is so contrary to what our bodies need and what our bodies want. And wow, yeah, I love it. One thing I haven't learned yet about you, Jewel, is how young are you?
I'm 30 years old.
30 years young.
There you go.
Hey, I have this thought process that I get younger every year.
You do.
And I was 19 years old when I had my last time clock punching job. And now I'm 54 years young and 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 trying to teach people how to do the same thing. And one thing we have learned here on the Kong Family Show over the last year is that it is possible to reverse the aging process. You can actually reverse it. You can get younger. I tell people every day, I get younger every year. And they laugh at me. And I say, go ahead and laugh. But it's real. It's true.
And I can see
You
that.
can actually reverse it. You can actually overcome these obstacles that get thrown in your way as you go about your life. And I think that your obstacles are pretty incredible. And I'd like to ask you before we jump out of here today, I would love to ask you to just like run back through kind of in a chronological order of where you started and where you are now. And then when you're done with that, how do people get a hold of you? How do they get your information? How do they get into your Alkaline Academy? How do they get you on Twitter and YouTube and LinkedIn and your websites and whatever else it is that you have that people can actually link up with you? Because one of my big things that I want to do here, and one of my big goals with this show, is to get people who resonate with each other together. Someone might love you and they think I'm crazy and they don't want anything to do with me, but they love you and they want to hook up with you. Perfect. That's what I love. I want them to hook up with you because, everybody hooks up differently, right? Sure. So give us just a quick rundown of where you were, where you are now, where you're going, and how people can get on board with you and follow you and work with you.
Well, I was born with many disabilities. I've had 11 plus surgeries. I was supposed to be paralyzed at 10 years old. I beat colon cancer. And I also took 28 medications my entire life. I no longer take any medications. 0. Yeah. Yeah. And the biggest thing for me, I never knew what it was like to be unmedicated. So now I'm learning, and everybody has a chance to relearn. So mentally, the brain fog is clearing up. My body is becoming stronger. I'm becoming more aware because I believe that I was shut off to the world. And through this, I've started a business. So I run a legal business in Minnesota. I come back and forth and I do events to help people, and I speak to people. So I'm a public speaker as well. I'm also a certified herbalist. So if you're trying to get off medications, I sub any medication. There is a natural form for any medication you're on. So we can get you off of any medications. And I also do one-on-one meals. So if you want to learn how to cook alkaline, I offer that. And currently I'm on a 90-day raw fast is what I call it. So I only eat raw fruits and vegetables, which is healing my spine. I still had a lot of pain in my spine, and that's actually giving me the water and the food and herbs is giving me the electricity back in our spine. Because without that, there's no life.
Yeah, well, you had spinal bifida,
Yep.
and so, excuse me, but I don't I don't understand exactly what that is.
It's
Would
a
you be so gracious to explain that?
it's a bone disease, and it basically made my spine a little bit off track. But I had an extra bone in my back that was pressing on a nerve that was going to sever the nerve and sever a lot of things in my back that was going to paralyze me. So they said if we take it out, you're going to be paralyzed. If we leave it in, you're going to be paralyzed. I used to walk and I would just fall out of nowhere. Nowhere. But as I drink the water, I can feel the lubrication coming back to my spine. So I can feel the nerves again. I lost feeling to my legs and I didn't even know it. I was just walking around and I could not feel my legs. The more I drink this water fresh, the more I am eating raw, I can feel my legs. I can feel my back. I can feel my hands again.
So, can you, like, you can stand up right now?
Yeah, I play basketball. I can
Will
stand.
you
I can.
will you do that for me, please?
Yeah.
I think this would be awesome. Look at this, kids. Look at this girl go. Hey, point that camera down. Do a little dance for us.
I don't know
Oh,
about
look
a dance,
at her go,
JJ, but
little rascal.
you can see me on
Look at her go. She is indeed a jewel. Wow. So there was a time in your life where you couldn't even do that.
a few times actually.
Yeah, because you had it from a very young age. And so, like, trying to do that when you were younger, what?
it it hurt. I was made fun of a lot for my issues. So a lot of the times I would isolate myself and it would hurt so bad I would cry. I would wipe my tears and I would walk and cry and nobody would know.
Wow. You are such an incredible inspiration, honey. I love it. I am so I'm so grateful that you decided to come on the Kong Family Show today, because this is the kind of thing that this is all about for me, is just seeing the way this changes people's lives. And I need to make sure that I put this out there, that it's not Kong's water that is the miracle. It's not Kong's water that's curing or healing anything. It's that incredible machine right there, that incredibly beautiful angel right there. It's her. It's this machine right here, kids. This is the machine that is the miracle. This is a machine that God gave us, and it runs on voltage, and it runs on hydrogen, and that's what Kong's water provides. And unfortunately, everything else out there that we eat and drink, for the most part, it steals that voltage and steals that hydrogen. And so our body doesn't have anything to run on. And so it gets sick and it gets hurt. It gets all this stuff. And wow, what an incredible, incredible show today, honey. Thank you. Wow. I just love it. I love hearing these kinds of stories, and I'm so blessed to be able to be here, be in this position, to be able to hear these kinds of things that just give me so much hope and that in my heart that, you know, we are going to be able to change the world, because we are the Kong family, and we're here to change the world. And how are we doing it?
Spreading the message.
Yeah. Well, as my good buddy Sean Wetzel would say, he would say we're doing it one glass of hydrogen-rich, oxygen-saturated, incredibly hydrating Kangen water, 9.5, and one lightning bolt in a box, one incredible, amazing, inspiring guest at a time, one amazing family at a time. I just love it, honey. Thank you so much for coming on today. And I just, I love it. I love it. Thank you. I look forward to following your journey. And so before we leave, you have got to give everybody who's going to be watching, as the days, weeks, years, months, whatever go by, how do they get a hold of you?
You can reach me at my business phone. It's 612-358-0360. Also on Facebook, it's Jewel L. Jones. I do have a group that I supervise, and we have group fasts, and I give a lot of information out. It is Alkaline Academy. Just put it in your search. You can reach me on Instagram at Cut Different Jewel, and you can reach me at my email. It's academy.alkaline@gmail.com. And I'm working on a book. I'm getting ready to print a book out. So keep an eye out for that if you guys want to have a more detailed guide. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Trying to get a website up, but it'll come.
Amen, honey. You know it will. You know it will. It's going to happen. And wow, you guys, what an incredible, on the live side, I don't know if you're seeing the live side, Jewel, or not, but over on the Facebook side, the loves and the likes and the stuff is just flying up the page left and right. And yeah, so blessed to have you here today. And you're so blessed to be part of this, and we're blessed to have you being part of it. And we've got a heck of a mission. We've got something incredible in front of us, and I know I'm excited to be part of it. I know you are as well. And thank you.
Thank you for having me, JJ. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you for coming and spending your Sunday afternoon with the Kong family and sharing out this incredible, awesome sauce that is you. You are amazing, honey. I love it. And I just can't wait I'm looking forward to continuing to follow what you're doing and sharing it and spreading it and everything else. And if you have something going forward that you would like to share with us on this format, just reach out. Say, hey, Jay, I got something cool I got to share with you. Let's do a show. And we'll do it. And we'll, whether it's something to do with your business, because your business is our business. We're trying to help everybody that's working on this to spread whatever it is they're doing that will help people. We got to change the world.
We are. Together we are.
It's no big deal. We got this.
Superheroes, you're right.
Yeah. All right, honey, I love you so much. Thank you so much for coming in hot with us today. That was awesome. And let me know when you want to come back on again. Definitely would love to hear it and love to share it. And I'll get the replay of this up and be there for you and everybody else to share. So
Thank you so much, JJ.
you guys, it's an awesome Sunday, and what a great day. What an incredible show this was today. I think this is definitely one of the best editions that we've had out of the 100 and some odd plus editions we've had now. This was awesome. Thank you, Jewel. You are indeed a jewel. And you kids, get out there, change the world, starting with your own. And of course, do not forget your hugs. These are really important. You got to give yourself a hug. And a hoo-dee-hoo. Love you, kids. Make it a great rest of the weekend. And we'll see you tomorrow for another show, 8:45 live. Woo-hoo. Thanks again, Jules.
Thank you, JJ.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.